Ultimately, it's the energy of the sun that produces our renewable resources to power our green economy. But today, man's innovation is aimed at sustainability in using these resources in all facets of our lives. This is especially true at Huntsman, one of the world's largest chemical companies, which has been building a sustainable future through chemical research for more than 40 years. Producing over 33 billion pounds of products for a multitude of global businesses, Huntsman has a clear vision of its journey ahead to enrich lives through innovation.
It's extremely exciting. I mean, if you take just a look at all the different projects that we have in the development that are either related to sustainability or to green chemistry.
Well, we see a better world being created by our innovations, which help to protect the environment. We allocate over $150 million annually and dedicate over 1,000 scientists and engineers at R&D facilities around the world to drive innovation.
Huntsman's Performance Products Division is working hard to help create a green economy. One of the keys to a green economy is the ability to manage the life cycle of CO2, since it's a product of energy usage and a source of carbon for renewable resources. Here at the Huntsman Advanced Technologies Center in Houston, Texas, scientists are looking for methods to actually capture and store carbon for use in other applications to power our green economy.
To capture carbon in the form of carbon dioxide, you actually would take for example, flue gas, which is an exhaust stream coming off of a power plant, and you would take a chemical that we manufacture, you put them in contact with each other, and it actually absorbs the CO2. Then you pass it to another piece of equipment where you heat it and it releases the CO2. Now you have a pure CO2 stream that you can capture and compress. Once it's compressed, you can use it for feedstock for another chemical, or you can inject it underground and do something like enhanced oil recovery. Or you could simply store it into a deep geologic formation.
When CO2 is used for enhanced oil recovery, it's estimated that it can help recover up to 1/3 more of the oil in the ground. In a typical oil reservoir, less than 1/3 of the original oil in place is recovered. But producers have discovered that pumping high-pressure CO2 into the well will thin the oil so that it can more easily flow to the producing wells.
We actually add surfactants to carbon dioxide that is injected into an oil well. And what happens then is that surfactant actually foams, and it helps produce a sweeping effect of the oil, and that allows more oil to be recovered out of an existing oil reservoir.
Through its research, Huntsman has also developed a family of molecules called cyclic carbonates that are made from CO2. In addition to their sustainability impact of sequestering CO2, these molecules are also essential components in the all-important lithium-ion batteries that are key enabling solutions to our energy needs, both in transportation as well as renewable energy.
If you break open one of these lithium-ion batteries and take a look at it, it's really chemistry that makes these things work. And part of the chemistry that's involved that's critical for the proper operation of a battery is getting the lithium to migrate from one electrode to the other electrode. And the way that that's done is actually with a solvent, an electrolyte solvent system, of which we supply a critical component of that solvent that enables that lithium to migrate back and forth across the battery.
Lithium-ion batteries also provide a safe and efficient means of storing renewable energy. So this renewable source can be captured, stored, and supplied to the grid whenever it's needed.
Well, the Green Energy blog has written that advanced energy storage, economical energy storage, is the most disruptive thing to hit the grid in the last 100 years. The U.S. DOE, Department of Energy, has written that advanced energy storage will be a $175 billion impact on the United States over the next 10 years.
Chemical research is also underway at Huntsman to help in the field of wind energy. Wind is a sustainable and clean source of energy that does not release emissions and does not require water for cooling. While the industry is working to develop larger wind turbines capable of producing more energy, Huntsman is working with blade manufacturers to develop new curatives to create longer, stronger wind blades.
The blades on a wind turbine are routinely manufactured by infusing glass fibers with a resin such as an epoxy. Here at Huntsman, we pioneered the development and production of the key materials that help the epoxy resins to cure and to form a very light but also a very strong structure. And this technology is what has enabled the blade producers to make ever larger, bigger, stronger blades to place on turbines. And it's also the technology that is being used by the aerospace industry to make airplanes lighter.
Finally, as a global manufacturer of surfactants, Huntsman is producing molecules from renewable resources that will increase the effectiveness of pesticides at the smallest possible doses for crop protection, enabling more efficient and sustainable farming, as well as using biomass to make green and sustainable products in the detergent and cleaning markets.
You won't see a Huntsman brand laundry detergent on the market, but we make ingredients that go into virtually all of these products. People like me spend their whole life studying the behavior of the ingredients that go into these to get the best cleaning efficacy at the lowest price. I would say that the detergent industry is at the forefront of this green movement that's going on. It's a big initiative for Huntsman to look at renewable feedstocks that are locally grown and don't impact the food chain for human beings.
I would say that somebody would be hard-pressed to go through more than 30 minutes of their life and not have something that Huntsman has some direct or indirect impact.
It's just very exciting to see us be able to develop these chemistries that contribute to the green economy, that contribute to sustainability, and it's just part of our vision as a company to build a better world.
It's impossible to know how much oil and gas exist or what will happen with climate change. However, by developing renewable products today, Huntsman is paving the way for a sustainable future.